Yo, stay wavy TV, ride the vibe with me. Splash through your screen, drip clean like the sea. High tide energy, never on mute.
New York Knicks are officially done with Karl-Anthony Towns, and they're reportedly discussing a potential trade with three teams that includes the Grizzlies, the Magic, and the Charlotte Hornets. As their horrible downslide continues by losing 9 of their last 11 games, that's crazy, y'all. The Knicks have lost 9 of their last 11 games. Unbelievable, man. The New York Knicks are reportedly shopping star big man Karl-Anthony Towns. According to Steve Popper at Newsday, the Knicks have engaged with the Memphis Grizzlies, Orlando Magic, and Charlotte Hornets in a potential deal around Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns was previously discussed by New York in the Giannis trade talks with the Milwaukee Bucks. Whispers around the league have begun to speculate on the possibility of the Knicks moving Towns. His name surfaced when the Bucks and Knicks discussed the chance of a deal involving Giannis, but now leak sources say that they have talked that have involved other teams, including Memphis, Orlando, and Charlotte. Towns appeared in 40 games so far this season. He is averaging 21 points and a career worst 46.7% shooting, along with 11.6 boards and 3 assists. The 30-year-old has encountered issues in just his second season as a Knicks. Towns particularly struggled adjusting to head coach Mike Brown's system, as his offensive numbers have declined compared to last year. Brown also infamously called out Towns for the center's lack of energy and effort and urgency in their last week's loss against the Sacramento Kings, who's one of the worst teams in the entire NBA. And with 146 personal fouls so far, Towns is included among the league's most foul-prone player. As he was acquired by the Knicks last 2024 on a blockbuster trade that sent Julius Randle and Dante to the Minnesota Timberwolves, it'll be intriguing to see what the future awaits for Towns in New York. Should the Knicks struggle persist and the franchise ultimately fails to fulfill its title expectations? Listen, man. You know, there was so much excitement with Karl-Anthony Towns coming to the Knicks because the season prior, you know, he had a really good playoff push getting to the Western Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people felt like, you know, the Timberwolves were dumb for trading, you know, Karl-Anthony Towns for Julius Randle. But you guys can go back on my channel. I made a video telling you guys that the Timberwolves, in my opinion, won that trade. You got Dante, who plays extremely hard, who, you know, can get you anywhere from 10 to 15 points off the bench or whether he's in the starting lineup. And you got Julius Randle, who, in my opinion, is more consistent than Karl-Anthony Towns. He's more aggressive than Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, he may not be that good of a three-point shooter as Karl-Anthony Towns, but he can get you more points in the paint because he plays more physical. Karl-Anthony Towns, bro, is one of the softest big men in the entire league, bro. He's always begging for foul calls, right? He looks so emotional and just soft when he's in the paint trying to get to the rim, which is why he's constantly jacking up threes. And a lot of times he misses those three-point shot attempts that he takes. You know what I'm saying? And what I just don't get is, bro, is like Karl-Anthony Towns, like he plays like he's like a point guard that's barely 6 feet tall when, bro, you're one of the biggest dudes in the NBA, bro. Like he doesn't play to his size. Pause. But let's look at how tall Karl-Anthony Towns is, guys. Karl-Anthony Towns is 7 feet tall, 250 pounds, right? And Draymond Green called out Karl-Anthony Towns because, you know, he pretty much was bragging about, you know, locking down Karl-Anthony Towns, who's twice his size. You know what I'm saying? Taller than him, weighs more than him. But he locked him down as if he was, you know, smaller than him. And that's because Karl-Anthony Towns, bro, he's just soft, bro. After all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude does not like to play physical, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's a big man who's scared to play like a big man. If he was more aggressive, if he took more shots in the paint, if he just stopped jacking up threes, and if he stopped complaining to the refs after every time he thinks he... And listen, a lot of times Cat does get fouled, but that doesn't mean that you sit there and complain with the refs and you allow the team to get easy points in the paint on the fast break because you're not getting back on defense. He does the same crap that Luka Doncic does. And when you do stuff like that, you cause your team to, you know, lose the lead because you're constantly allowing that team to get easy fast break points in the paint because your center, is sitting there complaining and crying about foul calls instead of getting back on defense. So, listen, I think what's going to happen is I think Karl-Anthony Towns is ultimately going to end up with the Milwaukee Bucks because let's be honest, there's no other team that can give somebody something back in return for Giannis, right? The most that people can really trade for Giannis is draft picks and stuff like that. But the Knicks is like the only team that can really give them a big man who they know can at least average 20 points per game, 10 rebounds per game. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to need something in return to, you know, keep their team at least in playoff contention. You know what I'm saying? You would end up teaming Karl-Anthony Towns with the other dude that they got from the Indiana Pacers, Miles Turner. You know what I'm saying? Miles Turner will probably play the 4 and Cat will play the 5. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where he's going to end up. But I'm disappointed in Karl-Anthony Towns, man, because he was coming off of one of his best years in the league, you know, playing as well as he played with the Minnesota Timberwolves before he went to the Knicks. And even last year, he had a good season last year with the Knicks. But, you know, Karl-Anthony Towns is just soft, man. Like, I think he needs to speak to a therapist, you know, hit the weight room and just focus on playing like an actual center, bro. Just be more aggressive. Stop being so soft and just dominate, bro. Just play how you supposed to be playing for a dude your size. So that's all I got for y'all. It's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. I'm out.
Yo, check it. New day, same vibe. We elevate and rise. Stay Wavy TV where the culture comes alive. From the rooftop to your screen, we keep the vision clean. Drop so fresh, make the whole world lean. Hit that subscribe, catch a wave with the team.